I made a mistake. And I don't know how to justify making this mistake. Maybe I'm just human and I'm prone to mistakes, but it's funny. I made a video not too long ago about citizenship options when it comes to obtaining Serbian citizenship, which is something that we help our clients with here in Serbia. And I was brought up through the comments, hey, listen, you forgot about this one. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did not bring that. And so today I want to talk about the easiest way to obtain citizenship here in Serbia, or another option that I missed and that I want to explain how it can be done. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. All right, I cannot believe that I actually forgot about this process. I believe that this process I forgot about is because it's not a very popular used process of people obtaining citizenship, especially when it comes to the clients that we deal with. A lot of them don't have this option, don't pursue this option, and it's funny because my wife and I are using this process for her to obtain her citizenship here down the road. And the option I'm talking about is citizenship through marriage. And it's one of the easiest ways, I would say, to obtain citizenship. You simply have to marry someone who's Serbian and follow a couple conditions, which we're going to get through in this video as well. And you're good to go. But it's something that, our clients that we work with, regardless of where they come from in the world, are either coming here for retirement, so they're coming here with their spouses, they're purchasing property, they're coming here as, digital nomads that are looking to set up a business, they're coming here with their family and, their husband and wife and kids and whatever it might be, and doing things that way as well. And that's something that we can facilitate here at Relocation Serbia. And this process is not something that we don't know how to do. It's just very uncommon to do. And it simply slipped my mind. So today, let's talk about citizenship through marriage. And what is the eligibility that is required to obtain it? What is some of the processes, and what is some of the things that you need to look out for? Because the government is very strict on this process, because there's a reason that they're really strict on it. And it might baffle you guys that are not understanding what people might do just to get a citizenship here in Serbia. And we'll touch on that in a second. But some of the eligibility criteria that you need is, one, of course, to be legally married to a Serbian citizen. You cannot just be common law. So if you're coming from, anywhere outside of the world and you've been living with someone for a number of years, for Canada, if you're living with someone for, I believe it's 6 months, that they're considered you legally married or common law. And so you're supposed to file taxes together. Everything's treated as if you are married. Well, not here in Serbia. In Serbia, you actually have to go and have a marriage license. You have to be legally married in order to move on with this process of citizenship through marriage. Your residency requirement, again, is going to have to go through much of the other processes that we talk about in our residency processes, regardless if you're coming here through real estate purchase, through business setup, if you're coming here through the other options that we have to offer our clients as well. But you're going to have a continuous basis of valid temporary residency here, of course. Even though my wife was married to me legally, she has to go through 3 years of temporary residency. And our son was born here, who is a Serbian citizen, and now also got Canadian citizenship. So he's got dual citizenship, and he doesn't even know what that means at this point. But regardless that he's Serbian citizen, I'm Serbian citizen, she still has to go through that process of 3 years of temporary residency, apply for permanent residency, and then when you're at permanent residency, you also have to have continued residency in Serbia. You cannot have large gaps in your permanent residency, such as you can with your temporary residency. And what I mean by that is, if you're here as a temporary resident in Serbia, you can stay here for 183 days, or you have to stay here for 183 days to maintain that temporary residency. But then you can leave outside of that out of the country for the remainder of the time without having any consequences. However, once you're a permanent resident, you cannot leave the country for that extended period of time, because if you're honest about becoming a citizen in Serbia, they want to see you actually be living in Serbia. Why are you taking the citizenship here or looking to apply for citizenship if you're not going to be here, is basically their thought process when it comes to obtaining citizenship. Now, you also have to demonstrate some sort of integration into Serbia as well. So that could be socially, culturally integrated into Serbia. You may need to take a language test. This all is determined up to the government. It's not something that we can facilitate or that we have any say in the process of citizenship. And this goes for any citizenship process, regardless of how you're trying to do it, either through naturalization or whatever it is. It's always going to be up to the government to decide if you are going to get it and if you deserve to get it. There's some people that will live here for 3 years temporary residency, apply for their permanent residency, and then right away apply for their citizenship and get it. And then there's some people that will be here for 5, 10, 15 years as permanent residents, continually applying and never get it. And there's nothing that we here at Relocation Serbia can do to actually make them change their mind, because it's all about the government and what they seem as you in good standings with them. You also have to have familiarity with the Serbian culture and customs. You must also have good character. You must not have a criminal record in Serbia or in your country of origin. Now, the one country of origin, I don't know if that's actually something that they look at, but of course they don't want you getting your fingers dirty or your hands dirty here in Serbia. So if you're someone that's going to be causing a ruckus here and looking to get involved with the police and jailed, you're going to have a difficult time with obtaining citizenship. And you also may need to say, hey, listen, I'm no longer a citizen of my previous country, so you might have to renunciate your previous country's citizenship. And I'm going to touch on this because I've been overwhelmed with questions from people from all over the world in our consultations and emails asking, do I need to give up my previous citizenship in order to become a Serbian citizen? And that requires a whole new video, which I will touch on in the next coming weeks. So stay tuned for that video. Some of the other documents that you're going to be required to provide is your marriage certificate that is actually issued by the Serbian authorities, which you may need to just bring your previous one here, have it translated, and then apply that way, and we can facilitate the translations. There's not this, you can't just go to any translator here in Serbia and say, hey, translate this for me. It has to actually be the right translator here that is approved by Serbia. You can't just go to anyone. You might need some things apostilled as well. You're going to have to show proof of your residency here, of continuous residence in Serbia. So a couple examples of that is either your residence permits, utility bills, lease agreements, And then your spouse, who that you're married to, that is a Serbian citizen, is also going to have to show their valid Serbian ID card, so their lična karta, their birth certificate, and proof of citizenship as well, which the lična karta basically does show that you have citizenship here. But again, with the bureaucracy that happens in Serbia, and always the saying going that you're one paper short, you may need to bring the actual citizenship proof as well. So when I say that you're going to have a bunch of documents in order, make sure you have these documents in order, that you have all 3 years of each temporary residency or each permanent residency. So have 6 years worth of documents so that they can't say, oh, well, you only gave me your permanent residency paperwork, but we need your temporary residency paperwork. And we try and find out this information ahead of time. But again, it always depends on the person that's processing your application in Serbia. So nothing's always clear cut. So it's always to be looking at it than for it. And what I mean is it's better to have too much paperwork and all your paperwork than not having it at all, because they're just going to say no. That's one reason for them to say no. They can't process your citizenship. Now, the application process is pretty simple. You're going to have to go to the local police station or the Ministry of Internal Affairs where you reside. You're going to have an initial interview. This could be done in the Serbian language, and that's why I said you may need to have a Serbian language test. Background checks will happen. Approval process is going to go through and forwarded through the Ministry of Internal Affairs for final approval. And this can take several months, up to 12 months or longer. It all depends on what happens. And once you are approved, you're going to have to take an oath of allegiance here in Serbia as well. Like you would have to do in any country, from what I understand, when you become a citizen. Now, some things that are to consider here is that the Serbian authorities scrutinize the applications and want to detect sham marriages. So ensure that you're demonstrating a genuine marital relationship here. And that's what I was trying to say at the beginning of this video, is that there are a lot of people that will get married, and this is some sort of, I don't know how people can do this with themselves, but they'll marry someone, ask for money to get them citizenship in the process, citizenship in Serbia, and then once they become citizens, they divorce and move on. It's a business transaction. This does not only localize towards Serbia, but it happens in Austria, it happens in Germany, it happens all across the world. And so you may have the police come and check where you're living throughout your permanent residency. They'll come into your place, see if there's actually your clothing's actually there. Do you have pictures of your spouse around? Are you guys actually living together? What's your relationship like? What are your bank records look like? All that stuff. They want to make sure that this is an actual, true and real marriage. And there's no way that my wife and I can fake that, because we've been together 6 years before we even got here to Serbia. And there's lots of proof that our relationship is real, of course. So the common challenges that you'll see is that you ensure that all residence-related documents are properly maintained and submitted. The gaps in residency may lead to rejection, documentation, legalization. Also, you're going to have to know what you need apostilled, what you need translated, and what you actually need notarized as well. And you actually have to be here for these processes. We get questions all the time from people. Hey, can you start this process for me from this country, and I'll come there and finish it up? No, you need to actually be in Serbia for any of the processes we're talking about, except for Serbian citizenship through descent. this is something that you as an individual can try and do in your home country through the Serbian embassy. But we've talked to a number of clients and have clients coming in the next month or so that are going to get us to help them with their Serbian citizenship through descent, because the embassies in their home countries are not helping them out. So I wanted to apologize if threw people for a loop, and I did not bring this this process up. It's something, like I said, it's very rare that we see coming through our desks and our processes, but it's something that can be facilitated. Some things you also might want to note is that just because you're legally married in your home country does not mean that Serbia will recognize it. You may need to redo your vows and your marriage certificate here in Serbia. Again, that's not us making the rules, that's the government making the rules, and so we figure all this out on a case-by-case basis, and the process is not very difficult. Simply go to City Hall, pay about 3,000 dinars, which is like $30, and do a 15-minute process and get your marriage certificate here in Serbia, which is easily done. So I hope that this clears up another hurdle that people might want to pursue when it comes to obtaining citizenship. For those single guys or single women that are coming to Serbia and looking to obtain Serbian citizenship, you may want to find someone here in Serbia that you want to hunker down with and tie the knot with, and start a family, and have that chance of obtaining that Serbian citizenship. I hope that the people that do pursue it here that come to Serbia and pursue Serbian citizenship do obtain it. I believe there's a lot of good people, and Serbia is a great country for anyone who actually wants to make it a go and put their best foot forward. So hopefully you got some good value out of this video. If you're looking for any help with relocating to Serbia, make sure you reach out to us at relocationserbia.com. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already. Hit that bell notification to get notified for more videos that pop up, and I will see you on the next one.